Welcome back. My final tipping point tonight: the closer we move to communism, the less safe our families will be. We're all watching the Olympics this week, and Rio is a perfect example of this. A human foot washed up on the shore of the ocean where our beach volleyball players are set to compete. Imagine if that happened in the United States. This isn't abnormal in Rio. Brazil itself has one of the highest homicide rates in the world. It makes downtown Chicago look like a playground. Last week, I talked about the horrendous number of murders in Chicago for the month of July. 65 people were killed last month in the Windy City. Last year in Chicago, 490 people were murdered. Brazil's murder rate is between 30 and 35 homicides per every 100,000 inhabitants. In 2012, the total murders for the country was approximately 60,000. Compare that to the murder rate here in the United States. In 2012, here in the U.S., there were 4.5 homicides per 100,000 inhabitants. The total number of murders in our country in 2012 was approximately 14,000. But down in Rio, the security blanket pulled over the Olympics is a fraud because their government is rife with corruption. The difference is when the president of Brazil was caught lining her own pockets with cash she stole from government-funded companies, she was suspended from the office of the presidency. Here in the United States, when the former Secretary of State is caught lining her husband's pockets with cash from under-the-table deals she approved for foreign governments and sketchy businessmen while running the State Department, she's elevated to a pedestal because she's a woman. Whether it's the president of Brazil or the former Secretary of State of the United States, corruption kills liberty. Corruption snuffs the breath out of freedom. When a country, even a constitutional republic like Brazil or the United States, is overrun with politicians whose primary goal is to get rich and wield power, we the people become less safe. When citizens mirror their elected officials and ignore the rule of law, drug trade, violent crime, and murder skyrocket. Every inch we move closer to losing our freedom, the more often human feet may wash up on the beach. And that's my final point. Reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. And if you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. And be sure to catch Tipping Point again tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern, and have a good night.